In this video, Kevin and I are going to be answering the Would You Rather questions from the community page on my main YouTube page. So you go to the main YouTube, you'll see a community tab up at the top. Every evening, there's a Would You Rather question that pops up. So we're going to answer those. So the first question was, from your job, would you rather be demoted or fired?
Ooh. In my current job, I'd probably rather be demoted. As long as they didn't change my pay. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to say demoted as well.
Because demoted doesn't mean necessarily they demote your pay too. It just means you go to a lesser position.
Exactly. I agree. And if you're dependent on that job for
retirement or whatever.
If you've been in that system, so like Kevin's been in his system forever,
25 years.
He wouldn't want to get fired because then he would have to start over at someplace else.
Yeah, so for me,
So 57% of you said you'd just soon be fired.
Yeah. If I was younger in my career and I knew I could go on to some other college somewhere, yeah, just fire me.
Right.
Fire me, I'll get unemployment for a little while and then I'll get another job at a different college. Yeah.
Well, and you didn't get fired from a job, but you did get, what would you consider it, laid off?
Yeah, I've never gotten fired.
They cut back.
Yeah, they cut back positions that got laid off.
Wang
Laboratories.
He worked for Wang Laboratories, and you got like laid off.
Yeah, because they did
cutbacks.
Yeah, employee cutbacks.
Yeah,
another company, they bought another company. But yeah, in that case, I hadn't been there that long.
Yeah, there was no system that you were invested in for retirement and stuff like that. But I agree. I'm going to say demoted too. Okay, so the next question. Would you rather have a high-paying job you hate or have your dream job but only be able to afford necessities?
After working for so long, I think I'd rather have my dream job and only be able to afford necessities. And then if I had to, I could do something else to make a little extra money that I don't necessarily like as much. But that's just me, because if you're not happy with your job, it just makes your life miserable.
Right.
Because I've been in jobs where I hate it and you don't have fun, that's for sure. Right.
Coming from someone who's never really experienced that, my answer is going to be I would rather have the high-paying job because, well, I would rather have the money, and because this question makes it sound like, basically you could have the high-paying job and it's going to be enough money that you're going to be really, really comfortable. Yeah, I would rather have that money and that, like it or not, that's but 60% said they'd rather have their dream job. Yeah, and just buy necessities. Okay.
Like I said, I could always get a second job if I needed to.
Because I'm just thinking it's not just about me as far as making that money. I'm thinking about, you might be in a job that you don't care for, but as long as you don't bring that home with you, the bad feelings or whatever, you're talking about birthdays for your kids and you're going on trips. You're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. You could work extra jobs though.
Yeah, but then you're not being with your family. I don't know. I'd rather just make the more money and be able to go on vacations and stuff like that.
I mean, I've done it before.
Yeah. This was a suggested question from a viewer, and you'll notice it's because it's if your child came to you and admitted to committing a crime, would you rather turn them into the authorities or cover for them?
See, I thought about this question before because I answer all these too. My thought is it really depends on the severity of the crime.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
But you don't get that luxury during this game.
Like, I know. But I'm saying, though, let me just explain. I think I actually said I wouldn't tell. I think that was my answer.
That you what?
That I would not tell. I would cover for them.
You would cover for them. Okay.
Because I'm thinking most crimes that anybody in our family is going to commit are going to be minor things. They're not going to go murder somebody. Right. Or sell drugs to minors or anything. They're not going to do something like that. It's going to be minor, like they've hit a car and left it or something like that. I would just cover up and say, oh no, I don't know.
So your answer is going to be based on your children.
Yeah, or what you thought when you answered that question.
Right.
You know,
or
what you're
even
thinking.
even if you don't have children, it's going to be based on the way you were thinking. For our children, I'm going to say I would cover for them 100%. I would cover for them.
Yeah, because I know they're not going to do anything
exactly
really bad.
Yeah, I know.
If they were to do something bad, though, I would turn them in.
Yeah, but my answer is gonna be cover for them. But 67% said turn them into the authorities. But you probably had a different idea in your mind of what you were thinking of when you answered that, and that's okay. Would you rather?
Of course, a lot of people probably think, you know what, they did something, they need to be responsible for it and take ownership of it. Which is true too.
Yep, you could think of it that way. Would you rather be over 7 feet tall or under 5 feet tall? And somebody pointed out, and I completely agree in the comments, you could tell the men from the women in this, because most men are not going to say they would rather be under 5 feet tall, and most women are not going to say. That's just, you know.
I tell you what, though, I think your life would be a lot harder if you're over 7 feet tall.
I do too. Yes.
Man or woman. I think if you're over that height, you got to deal with doors, you got to deal with clothes, all that stuff. If you're under 5, you're going to be able to manage all that.
How tall do you think Greg Davis is on Taskmaster?
He said before he's like
really
6'9" or something really like that.
But yeah, and even though he's not 7, I mean, he's a tall man. He's a big man.
If I were to pick though, I don't know. I've never been, I mean, it's only 10 inches for me. So, I mean, it's not like it's all really far away, you know. I think, I think about jockeys and things like that. There's very small people.
So what are you going to choose?
I think I would pick under 5.
I'm saying under 5, definitely.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking over 7 feet tall would be such a hassle to deal with. I mean, just laying in the bed. Just laying in the bed, your feet are going to be hanging over the edge.
I see these really tall people, and I've told Kevin before, I've said like basketball players and stuff, I've said I would just like to sit next to him and have him take his shoes and socks off so I could put his foot next to my foot or put my hand next to his hand, because I have big hands. I really do. I have long fingers for a woman. And just to compare your body parts to their body parts, it would be just so much fun to do. So 55% said under 5 feet tall. Okay.
Still pretty close.
Would you rather play, I already know the answer to this for you. Would you rather play computer or console games or board or card games?
Computer.
And I'm going to pick card games, board games. So 61% said they'd rather play computer games.
Oh, that's higher than I would have thought.
It's very high, yeah. But I love board games and card games and stuff like that.
Knowing our viewers, because I've looked at the analytics and seen what our viewers are, counting on your not mostly, but a little bit more of a majority of females.
Right.
And in the mid, like 20s to 40 somethings, that surprises me that it's that high.
It's the age range.
Yeah.
You're surprised that they want to play computer games? I think a lot of people play computer games.
That surprises me, because you don't get a lot of females playing computer games. I mean, you do, don't get me wrong, but you don't, it's not, the majority don't play computer games. I don't know, that just surprised, that's interesting.
Yeah, 61%. Would you rather belong to the crew of Mission Impossible or Ocean's 11?
Well, Mission Impossible, you have a chance of dying. So I'm going to say Ocean's 11.
I'm going to say Ocean's 11 too.
Because, I mean, you could go to prison.
This one was really close. 52% said Mission Impossible, 48% said Ocean's 11.
I mean, I could see that, because Mission Impossible's got all the little gadgets and, you know, you going around doing spy stuff. So I can understand that.
But Ocean's 11 is the more elite.
Crook.
Yeah, for me, Ocean's 11. Okay, would you rather never be able to change your mind or make up your mind?
Probably change my mind. Like, once I've decided, I'm going to do it.
I agree. Change my mind. 72% said change your mind. Would you rather have a year off with pay or a year added to your life?
Probably the year added to my life, because I can work another. I can work. I mean, I'm expecting to work, but an extra year of life that'd be good. That means it's at the end.
Right. I'll say a year added to my life too. Yeah. But 77% said a year off of pay.
Oh, really?
77%.
I mean, if you're.
I think some people are probably thinking of when you get to the end of life and you're miserable.
That's true. If I'm
don't want to be hanging on.
I'm 99 years old and I'm laying in a bed and I can't think. I don't.
Depends on where you are in life.
Yeah, that's true. Because I'm also thinking if I had a year, my last year before I retired, I didn't have to go work for that last year. That would be awesome. But yeah. So.
Okay. Would you rather go on a group date or a double date?
Probably. I don't know. I'm assuming we know the people.
Have you ever been on a group date in your life? Now, see, well, it wasn't a date, but I've been bowling with a lot of people, and it was a bunch of guys and girls. But now
I've been bowling, but nobody was dating.
But yeah, that's what I was going to say. We weren't paired up. So.
I'm thinking a group date is like when you have 3 or 4 friends go out with their dates.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Or you go out with one couple. The only thing I could think of, my answer is going to be probably the group, but because I'm thinking the double date would be, unless you're really, really comfortable with both of them, like it's the first time it's going to be very uncomfortable to have conversations maybe. Whereas if you had a group, you can just all kind of work off each other. There's more people to kind of talk to, and I don't know. I'm going to say group.
I'm going to say double date. And 71% of you said double date. Because I'm just thinking, if you're going out on a double date, chances are, hopefully you know that couple.
That's what I'm saying. If I know that couple, I'd rather go on a double date.
So, in The Walking Dead, would you rather be a survivor or a walker?
I would think survivor.
I would think both of them would be miserable.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be miserable either way. I mean, a walker, you don't know you're a walker.
You get these preppers. And that's fine. But you talk about, I'm going to do this and have this to survive and this to survive. And if this happens in the world, I want to do this to survive. And I'm thinking, do you really want to be around at all? Why would you want to live in that world? Why do you really want to be around during that time? So you can prep all you want, but I'm like, I don't even know that I want to be around at all. So you're going to be a survivor?
Yeah.
I'll say a survivor too. 87% said survivor.
I mean, but if you're a walker, you don't know you're a walker.
You don't know you're a walker. You don't have any brain in your head.
You're a mindless zombie. So actually, basically you're saying, would you rather survive or not survive a zombie holocaust?
Yeah, because honestly, you're better off if you're a walker. Think about it that way. You're better off if you're a walker because you don't know anything.
Yeah, that's true. You're dead.
Yeah, so you're probably better off as a walker. Which would you rather was real? The Easter Bunny or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
The Easter Bunny. No, yeah, the Easter Bunny. Because just because there's a reindeer named Rudolph doesn't mean Santa Claus exists.
Yes.
Now, if you said Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, I would say Santa Claus.
I know, but I didn't want to put that because I don't know. I was worried to put that, so I didn't put that. But now you've thrown it out there.
No, I mean you're questioning the existence of anything.
I know. I'm going to say Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and 77% said Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Because I don't know if I want this giant life-size rabbit hopping around,
giving you eggs.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, and where's he getting these eggs anyway?
True. Yeah,
is he spitting these out?
Yeah, where exactly are those eggs coming from?
Yeah, do they come out colored like that? Okay, would you rather own a camel or an ostrich?
For the Easter Bunny, at least it'd be all natural coloring.
Well, that's true.
A camel or an ostrich?
Neither one of them.
Yeah, if I had to pick the two, I'd pick, I guess, a camel. At least I can ride it.
That's what I'm thinking. I would pick the camel. 72% said camel, but truth be told, I would not want either one of them. That's the last thing I'd want. Would you rather have a real estate license or a private detective license? I personally think I would make an awesome private detective.
Yeah, but that's
I think I would be really.
I think I'd
really
have a
good
real
at it.
estate license.
I'm very good at digging.
The private detective, though, you're going to be taking pictures of people cheating on their husbands.
I like that though. I could do that. I've told Kevin before.
Staking out restaurants.
I could do it. I could sit in the car for hours and eat that up, just waiting for the moment that I'm going to grab my camera or have my camera ready. Yes, I could definitely do that.
Excuse me.
Would you rather have real estate license or private detective?
Real estate.
So you're saying real estate. Bless you. I'm saying private detective. 58% said private detective. So that's pretty close. 58% and then 42% said real estate. Okay. I tell you what.
Probably make more money in real estate.
Now's a good time to have your real estate license, isn't it? Really. Would you rather have your eyes always water or your head always itch?
My eyes water. I hate an itchy head.
I don't like an itchy head either, but
my eyes are always a little watery anyway because I got allergies, so I'm used to that.
I'm gonna go with the minority in this, and I'm gonna say my head always itch because I can stop myself, even though if my head is itchy, I can stop myself from scratching. Whereas your eyes watering, you have no control over that. You're going to constantly be taking a little tissue. But 64% said their eyes always water. In a lightsaber fight, would you rather face Darth Vader or Darth Maul?
Maul.
I would too, because, and I'm shocked that so many people said they'd rather face Darth Vader. He's going to kill you. 73% of you want to definitely die, certain death. Darth Maul is not as bad.
No, Darth Maul died pretty quick.
Yeah. It's like these people that voted, do they not know Darth Maul?
Darth Vader had more powers than just the lightsaber.
Yeah, so why in the world would you want to fight him?
Well, somebody even in the comment even said, I'm not sure who Darth Maul is.
Oh, well then, yeah, you got to Google that stuff because, yeah, you're going to die. Okay, 73% said Darth Vader. Would you rather eat...
Yeah, the only reason Vader died was, spoiler alert, by the way, the only reason he died is because he wanted to. So.
Well, I mean, the movies have been out forever. If you haven't seen them,
if you haven't seen the third episode,
then you're probably not going to. Would you rather eat what you find under your sofa cushions or between the seats of your car?
Definitely not my car. I would say sofa because it's going to be like Smarties and M&Ms and.
I would have said the seats of the car because we know what's in the seats.
Yeah, but there's some funky fries and stuff dropped in there too.
I know. That's true, but I don't know
the seat of
the couch in there was pug hair on it for years. How could you even?
Yeah, but I know what's dropped in there. There's like just
cat hair, pug hair. There's not going to be any real pug hair in the car. Not a lot, at least.
There's going to be foot.
Under the seat, between the seat. It says, yeah.
I still would rather do the couch.
Between the seats. Okay, I'm still going to pick the car. 62% said under the sofa cushions, though. Would you rather your voice sound like Elmo or Kermit the Frog? Kermit the Frog.
Probably the Kermit.
Kermit the Frog, yeah. 70% said Kermit the Frog. Although... Andrew does a really good Elmo. Andrew's really good. Our son.
Elmo's just got that high-pitched voice.
He's good. Oh, and he could do a really good Mickey Mouse, too. He's good at a lot of voices. Andrew would impress you if you heard all the voices he can do. It's really good. Would you rather eat sorbet or ice cream?
I don't think you ever said how many people said the last one.
Kermit the Frog, 70%. Okay. Sorbet or ice cream? You know, sorbet's really good.
It is really, really good. I still think I would say ice cream because there's more different mix-ins and stuff like that where you don't get that with sorbet.
That's what I'm going to say. 83% said ice cream too. Yeah. But I can say that when we have sorbet,
it's excellent.
It's wonderful.
Yeah,
it's
very,
so
very good.
Refreshing.
But just because of the mix-ins, you don't get that with ice cream, not with sorbet.
Exactly. Would you rather have a steak dinner or a seafood platter?
Oh, steak. You need
steak, absolutely. 62% said steak. Would you rather be covered in fleas or ants?
Ants.
I'd be the fleas.
Oh, fleas are so awful. Though.
Yeah, fleas are awful. They are. 79% said ants. I would not want to be covered in ants.
Ants you can brush off, though. Fleas, you can't even brush them off. They're just there.
I know, but I would just, fleas, yeah. Would you rather wear a Christmas sweater in July or a Halloween costume to a New Year's Eve party?
The Halloween costume.
Me too.
I mean, it's gonna be weird if everybody else is dressed up in fancy tuxedos and dresses and you're in a Mickey Mouse costume.
Like in Bridget Jones's Diary. Do you remember she showed up at the beginning of that, like in a nun costume or something? I haven't seen it in a while.
And they were all dressed up.
And they were all normal clothes. I love those movies. 74% said a Halloween costume. Let's see. Which would you rather give up forever? Donuts or pizza?
Donuts.
Which would I rather give up forever? Donuts or pizza?
I don't eat donuts that often anyway, so.
I know we don't eat either that often,
That's true.
honestly. I'm going to say donuts, though. Yeah, donuts. And I know that's going to kill Dan, our friend Dan, because he loves donuts. But yeah, donuts, 82% said they'd rather give up donuts. Let's see. Would you rather be the spokesperson for a hemorrhoid cream or an adult diaper?
Probably the adult diaper.
And I'm going to say a hemorrhoid cream. 56% said an adult diaper. So this was really close. 56 said adult diaper, 44 said a hemorrhoid cream. I've heard there's good money being a representative, a spokesperson for either one of them. I remember Lisa Rinna, she's on one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I'm thinking she said she did a ad for like poise pads, or I don't remember what it was, but anyway, she said that paid her more money than being on Days of Our Lives. That paid for.
But just because you're a spokesperson doesn't mean you actually use them.
No, and you know she doesn't. And she said that paid really, really good money. So yeah, either one of them would be fine. But okay, would you rather have a self-cleaning toilet or car?
Probably the toilet.
I'm going to say toilet too. 64% said toilet. Because frankly, we don't even care about the car, do we?
I never cleaned the car.
Would you rather be recruited by the Lost Boys or the Outsiders?
See, I don't remember the Outsiders. Weren't they just? They were just regular kids. They were just kind of like a gang, weren't they?
Yeah, but they weren't bad.
Yeah,
They weren't bad.
they're just kids. So, or you can be a vampire that kills people. It's a shame that I'm thinking about it.
They were. It was teenage boys, but they were. They didn't have a lot of money, and
I'm gonna say, you know what though? I don't know. The Lost Boys lived in a cave. I mean, it's not like they were in houses and nice and rich or anything. They were under the control of the master vampires. So I'm gonna say the Outriders or Outsiders or whatever you said. Outsiders.
The Outside. Have you never read that book?
I probably did, but God, it's probably been 40 years ago.
I think I first read The Outsiders when I was in about 7th grade.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I read it in school. I just don't remember it.
Yeah, it's an awesome book for anybody to read. I'm going to say The Lost Boys because I love The Lost Boys.
If you weren't under that master vampire, I would have said Lost Boys.
62% said The Outsiders. 38% said The Lost Boys. Okay, would you rather have a Nestle drumstick or a Klondike bar?
Drumstick.
Drumstick. 69%, especially after the Klondike we've had recently. Would you rather get licked in the face by a dog or a toddler?
Dog.
Dog. 68% said dog. Which would you rather find in your house? A hidden tunnel, a hidden room?
Probably the room.
A hidden room.
Because the tunnel, God knows where it's going to go.
And we had a hidden room in our house, and we found it, and we opened it up. Yeah. So 79% said a hidden room. And let's see. We are filming this a couple days early, so the next, 2, I'm not going to have percentages
Right.
for. So we're filming this on the 29th. So would you rather be able to make it rain or snow?
Rain. Because that could help crops grow places.
That's true.
This is drought here. People are being thirsty. Rain.
I'll agree with that. I'll say rain.
Of course, you're going to completely ruin the ecosystem of the planet when you do that. But you know.
Right. Okay, and then the last question for the month is: would you rather own a vacation home in the mountains or at the beach?
Probably at the beach.
The beach, definitely the beach.
I know some people like in the mountains and wilderness. And
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that,
absolutely.
But me personally, I'd rather be on the beach.
Yeah, the beach. We have a fondness now for the beach. So
Of course, it depends on what beach you're on too. If you're on a beach that gets really cold in the wintertime, I don't want that. I'd rather be in the mountains probably. No, I still think I'd rather be on the beach.
yeah, because like the Hamptons it gets cold in the winter, but
Yeah.
I would still rather own a house
There.
at the Hamptons than in the
Yeah, that's
mountains.
true.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are the questions, would you rather questions. I love it that you all answer the questions and that you comment below. And for the people who refuse to pick an answer, you just got to ignore them because they just don't know how to play the game. You just got to go on and you know you're picking one. So I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.